is the top driver of my name is the top driver of disease. Our food is the top driver of disease, disability, and death in the United States. Let me just say that again. Our food is the top driver of disease, disability, and death in the United States. Each week, our food kills 10,000 Americans. Each week causes 1,500 new cases of cancer and causes 16,000 new cases of diabetes. Each year, the resulting healthcare costs and lost productivity drain $1.5 trillion from the economy. We can no longer sit idly by while our health and our treasure and that of our children are stolen. Americans demand and deserve action. As a cardiologist who studied food, health, and policy for my entire career, I'm deeply gratified by the actions the FDA is announcing today. I've studied ultra-processed food for years, published more than 650 scientific papers, and just written a book on these topics. These two policies, defining ultra-processed food and closing the GRAS loophole, rank among the FDA's most consequential food and nutrition actions in 50 years.
Can you imagine saying that bullshit that he just said? Telling the truth and then turn around, come up, instead of a solution, a real solution, to add more fuel to the fire. That's why we call him the devil. First, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Also, like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. And the scriptures clearly tell us that we're going to eat our bread, our bread amongst the Gentiles defiled. Roughly paraphrasing it. So they knowingly making a profit over poisoning, because this whole entire system, this is the Rockefeller health care system, the Rockefeller educational system, and according to a letter that one of the Rockefellers, it was probably the same damn guy, basically saying that they will give us enough poison that when we go to them to take the poison off of us, that they'll give us more poison. So now the jig is up, and everybody realized that the thing that is supposed to aid you has been killing you. On the other day, only have probably two other brothers saw it Saturday at camp. You had a black woman, of course. With the location we're located near a significant restaurant. I'll say that much. And they usually have a lot of people that goes in, go out. You get the privilege to see that. But there was one particular I mean, this woman was a fucking, well, I didn't realize it until I seen afterwards. Like, she had the fucking huge dress, but she was like kind of bending over, not in front of us bending over, but she was bending down, talking to her friends that was eating outside. But I was like, this is another fat one. I didn't know this was this bad, bros. So look over, do what I gotta do, and look again. I forgot why I was looking in that direction. Now I get to see the person walking, and the woman was walking. As she was walking, literally, the reason why she was bending down and she had needed a walker. I didn't realize she needed a walker because her calves and underneath her calves, where her foot is supposed to be at, it was bloated. It was fat. Like, if anybody watch One Piece, all right. When let me see if I can get it real quick. I'm not exaggerating though. There's a character named Luffy, right? Was it second gear? I believe it's second year. Okay. All right. So he usually has his stance, right? If anybody watches this anime, and then damn it, when you want to look, when you want to find something, I just want to give it an example, okay? Or is it the third year? Whatever. So he's using this stance, and then what happens while he's in this stance? Oh, it's probably third gear. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Much better. Oh, this is gonna show the fist. All right. Doesn't matter. So when you watch this anime and you see the character's foot, and it's like the blood is flowing, coming down to the foot, and then going up, right? That's how that woman was, and it looked like it's just staying down, and then you adding more fat to on top of that, and the leg fat was huge. It was like fat on fat. Then the stomach fat was fat on fat. Like it looked horrible. All right, the person, the new age fat compared to the 1980s and 1990s fat is utter ridiculous. All right, so I'm sorry I couldn't get a good thing, but if anybody watched that show, you know what I'm talking about. And that was one of the prime examples. And a person like that could go to the doctor. I know people that are obese, and they could go to a doctor, and the doctor said they was telling them that, oh, you're fine. All right. So that's the mindset. So you not only poison the people, you give them the false indication of that they're fine, that they're good, that they're healthy, and they're making money off of this shit. And the devil sit there and tell you straight up, just like RFK. He told the food, this, that to the third, and he's green lighting fucking on GMO meat. All right, he's green lighting GMO meat. So they want to poison the food system, because if they poison the food system, they poison the people. So the days of, like the scripture says, Revelation 12. I'm going to point if I can remember correctly. Yes, 14. It says, unto the woman were given two wings of of a great eagle. That woman is talking about Israel. All right, and it said that she might fly unto the wilderness. The wilderness was Africa, unto her place. And the place is where? Here in America, where she is nourished. So the place, we was in the wilderness for a bit, and then we from Africa, then we came over here to this side, and they nourish us, food, supplies, right? For a period of time. It says for a time, and at times and a half a time for the face of the from the face of the serpent. So they were nourishing. They food programs, food stamps, um, WIC, you name it. They were nourishing Jake, but they wasn't nourishing Jake in the way of to strengthen Jake. They was nourishing just to eat, to get by, because all the food that we eat today has no sort of substance behind it. All right, everything is empty. Eating empty fucking food. The food that's supposed to be meat and that's supposed to nourish you is no longer nourishing you. And everybody has this mentality of just eat. People have allowed the parasites to consume them. And this society is a parasitic society. All right? It's a parasitic society. From the rulers. The rulers of this society, this world, they're parasitics. They have a mindset of a parasite. They wait till you create something and then take advantage of that. So the food that we eat is the same thing. You know? Let me just get it. Defile bread. I think it's 4. I haven't read it in a while. It says, Ezekiel 4 and you know what? 11. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, 6 part of a hin, and from time to time thou shalt drink. And that water or everything being measured is the amount of food that we're given. We're not given enough, right? And thou shalt eat it as the barley's cake, and thou shalt bake it with dung, and thou shalt come, and sorry, that cometh out of a man in their sight. So the Lord gave Ezekiel a recipe, and this recipe, which called Ezekiel bread, has all the healthy things that you could think of. When you break down Ezekiel bread, that shit is healthy as hell. From the barleys, I forgot what is in it, spelt, everything that's in it is a powerhouse. Okay? But the Lord said, you're gonna do everything I tell you to do, but you're gonna add shit to it, human shit to it. Because it is, if you put shit in anything, no matter how much good ingredients you have, it still ain't shit. All right, that was representation of what? It's gonna say, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I would drive them. So all the food, even though we're being nourished, the food that we eat, no matter if it's good ingredients, it's healthy. Now, we use the term organic a lot, you know, despite all that, even the organic shit is no good because the substance that's behind it, it ain't shit. Okay? Now with this, especially the gates of hell, he put an mRNA into the foods. So you eating garbage food, now they put in genetic modified, which they been given as genetic modified food. Now they're giving food that could fuck up your. We gotta get the fuck out of here, man. We gotta get out of this shit. And then these devils know exactly what they're doing. So then said I, O, a, O Lord, behold, my soul have not been polluted from my youth up even to this until now have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came the abominable flesh into my mouth. Why? Because Ezekiel and those people at the time, they was able to eat the good food. So he couldn't do the comparisons. Now, today, listen, all we know, we've been eating shit. All right. Hey, even with we live in the big city, the toilet water gets recycled to a power plant, and the same water that they use for the toilet, you can take a shower in. Now the toilet to flush and it's supposed to disappear. That same water they treat it, and the same water that we take a shower with. So we're totally screwed, fucked. All right, and the biggest organ in the human body is the skin. So anything that penetrates the skin for so long, your skin absorbs that. So not only you have to fight to stay righteous, you got to fight to stay healthy. And the things that you think is healthy is not healthy. This is all part of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's punishment for us, proving that we're not living the good life. And as crazy as that sounds, even those people that claim to be living the good life, the celebrities and so forth, they do the most defilest shit, eat the most abominable shit possible. You're eating cockroaches from the sea. All right? You're eating cockroaches from the sea. And yet you want to act like you're better than everybody else. And then if they're really high up there, they drinking blood and doing all sorts of things. And they have the riches. And they have the ability to eat the best in the world. I did a show years ago. I mean, I remember the concept of the show. And the concept of the show was in downtown Manhattan, there was a certain restaurant, and that restaurant was serving ice cream with gold, literally gold flakes. All right, literal gold flakes. So the rich has the ability to eat fine, eat good, but they're so abominable, they're so evil and wicked that they go beyond the means of men. All right, and the poor, well, the poor is going to eat food, horrible food anyway, because those the people that are responsible for that. It says, then he said unto unto me, I have given thee cow's dung for men's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. So the Lord heard his plea. He was like, all right, I'm gonna give you cow shit instead. Put cow shit instead. But today, like I said, you don't know what the hell you eating. All right. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of the bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure with astonishment, that they may want bread and water, and be astonished one with another, and consume away for their iniquity. And that's exactly why it is. So throughout all the shores of America are eating the foul food, which was truly aimed for the nation of Israel. So you can't get around it. And Esau is solely responsible for that. Revelation 6 and 6 or 5. 5. It says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat there on him had a pair of balance in his hand, which goes into famine, which goes into economic troubles. All right, it goes into slavery. But the point of the matter is Esau is responsible for everything that goes wrong in space, and they forcing a famine on everybody. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and and see that hurt not the oil and the wine. So a penny was a day's worth in Romans term. So you make your daily bread. Now today's hyperinflation, like yeah, with inflation happening, we're leading to hyperinflation, and they're putting money into military rather than money into feeding people. Now this guy made a stench about daycare and how the U.S. government can't afford daycare and they can't afford giving people food, but they have plenty of money for a war that they lost and they continuously losing. So they purposely causing a famine in the shores of America. Why? To destroy the masses of the people. With the poison that they have established in everyone, the food with the lack of minerals, All right, poison in the herbs, poison in the fruits, the vegetables, the meat that we eat, making people more weak. If it wasn't for the grace of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, none of us would survive. It's the Lord that keeps us alive, you know? And we gotta believe when the time when we pray over our food that the Lord the prayers can change the molecules enough for us to survive. That's why prayers is so heavy, especially in these times. You know? I'm gonna keep trying my best to pray before I eat. I usually pray in the morning before I eat for the day. But I'm gonna try to pray more often because the things that we put in ourselves, we should be dead right now. But it's the spirit of the Lord. In the scriptures, I'm just gonna quote it. I believe I think it's Saint John that we should eat. No, sorry, that we should drink poison and live. Because even the drinks that we drink, the the water that we're supposed to be consuming is poisonous to us. Because all the chemicals that they put in. That's why this fucking devil gotta go, man. Devil gotta go. Revelations 11 and 18, it says, the nations are angry and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should judge, that they should be judged, and that they shouldest, thou shalt, sorry, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great. What is that reward? Salvation, new bodies. With this, this these vehicles that we call bodies, they're completely polluted. If we ate the good food, we probably die. All right. One man said that. I was like, yeah, it's true because it's too rich for all the pollution. So it's like it's we got to be in a polluted state in order to survive. You know. Oh, and like the more you healthy you try to get, the more jacked up you get. So you get the fuck out of this shit. And it says, small and great, and should have destroyed them which destroyed the earth. And who destroyed the earth? Esau. Esau responsible for everything that goes wrong with the food intake, the food outcome, everything, the water we drink, the air we breathe. Um, shit. Are you dark skinned and you like vitamin D that comes from the sun? That's not by accident. How come everything? Oh, they saying that toilet paper causes cancer now. Like what? What the like, yo? Every fucking thing. That's why you gotta do. Everything gotta be in the level of faith, man. The level of faith. We do everything in a level of faith, and hope and pray that the Lord let us live. You know, but the Lord is clearly coming to destroy those that destroy the earth, and Esau is solely responsible for that. And to this day, to this moment, he's trying to make an inventory in what's in the world, so in order to keep people, less people, for them to keep everything themselves. And this man's completely turned things upside down. But the Lord's about to turn his ass right side up. So that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.